Pisces, this is your July forecast. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner. And I'm going to start out by talking about a personal experience that I'm having. And I received a message that I need to talk about it. And so I'm going to put it out there, and whatever happens is supposed to happen, I guess. I just have faith that it's meant to be. So for about 3 to 4 weeks, I have been having weird things go on in my life. And a lot of it has been behind the scenes. You know, in my personal life, I don't have a lot of people who are into the metaphysical realm or into astrology or actually even want to know about it. And in my job, I teach, and so this is like a religion. You can't really talk about that sort of stuff. So I don't really have people to talk about this stuff with. And so my conduit for talking about what happens to me is through YouTube. So what had started out is I started having dreams. I connect with energy through dreaming. Saturn's in my 12th house. So it makes sense that, of course, I really connect to energy through my 12th house. I mean, that totally makes sense with me. But I started having my dreams again, and my dreams are if somebody goes through something and I somehow connect with them, I somehow see them in a state of suffering, Saturn in the 12th house. So I know how to fix it or how to go in there, or I can do some energy transference, and it really clears things up, I guess. And so I'm used to it. About the same time, I started seeing dark energies. Now, not dark meaning malefic, evil, bad, meaning I just started seeing dark shapes. They looked like, at first I thought I was seeing dead people. I thought I was seeing spirits or something like that, because they were in passing, they were by a tree, they were in my car, like, you know, they were standing watching me, but not guiding me, not saying anything, not making any moves, nothing. I felt that I was being observed. I can't explain it. It was the weird, and it's multiple occurrences at all levels of consciousness. So it's not just at night. It's, you know, in the middle of the day walking to my car, I feel like something is standing there looking at me. So strange. So very, very strange. And since I haven't had this before, it kind of sticks out in your head. Mentioned it to a couple of people who thought I was friggin' nuts. And so I thought, okay, I'm just not going to talk about it like everything else. I 12th house out and just really, you know, internalize everything and keep things and work behind the scenes and try to figure out my energies myself without a lot of input from people. And these dreams started getting stronger. They were about a lot of karmic relationships I've had. So I was like, okay, something's going on. Like dark like weird spiritual things, whatever they're called. And then I've got these dreams starting back up in my life. And I attributed probably some of that to Saturn going into Scorpio. Scorpio is the dark realms. It's Pluto. It's death. It's it's a spiritual energy. And, you know, my daughter really, she sees things all the time. I never see things. I see energy. I feel energy. I have had supernatural experiences, but only a couple times in my life. I mean, just, you know, a handful, nothing spectacular. It doesn't mean I'm not a conduit. I'm not a psychic. I'm not anything like that. I don't have those abilities. But what I do have is the ability to understand and manipulate energy, and I can transfer energy. Those are my skills. I fully understand them now. Doesn't mean that they won't evolve into something else. It just means that at this point, as I have been embracing and accepting who I am, it has opened up my ability to accept the good and the bad that comes along with that. And then I have made a life's pursuit, really, of manipulating energy and always looking at the good side. So I don't really see the dark side of anything. The way that I see things is, okay, something horrible just happened. I'm homeless. Guess what? I'm camping in a car and it's fun. Like, I can honestly do that. My brain has now that I have practiced it enough, I have the ability to stay in the high vibration of most energy. Doesn't mean that people and terrible things don't affect me. They do. But I always find a way to turn it around and look at the higher purpose and the 12th house goal of that particular karmic issue that I went through. And so I really tune into that. And I believe that everybody has an ability to understand energy at this level, which is what I believe I'm here for. I believe I'm here to give you, to be your guide in manipulating energy. That's my light worker purpose. I don't even like being classified as a light worker because I really don't fully understand it. I have done no research on it. So I don't know if I want to be called that. I know I'm definitely an empath. I don't mind being classified or embracing the fact that I am an empath. I have no problem with that. But light worker, I don't know. I'm opening myself up to it. I think it's like anything. I like to avoid reality in a big way. Neptune is a big predominant thing in my chart, so I like to avoid anything that really puts me into a ramification of reality. I stay away. I don't have any bad habits, but I just stay away from it. So I had these experiences, and then one night I had a dream, and it was that those energies, those dark energies sat me down. That it's not a dark energy. It's just, I say dark because it's shadow. It's a shadow. It's a silhouette of a humanoid form. I just call it dark because it's dark, but I didn't feel like it was bad. It didn't feel scary. I felt like they were watching and observing me. I don't feel like they were being mean to me or wanting to cause me harm. I feel that sort of stuff. I have really good intuition as far as that stuff goes, but this was different. Well, one of those energies sat me down in my dream and said, hey, if you do this and this and this and this and this on this list, then guess what? Your life is benefic. Don't avoid it. Don't be a you. And I was like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it was awesome. It was bizarre. It really scared the tar out of me. So I go on Facebook and I post on Facebook and I say, has anybody ever had anything like this before? Like, what's going on? Just seemed like there was a big flood of people that had some sort of spiritual awakening around the same time. So then I knew that something was going on. I put on my videos like I always do, got ready, curling my hair. And I put on my Mars and Cancer, learning about how Mars and Cancer is debilitated. It doesn't like being there. It's a feminine energy and a masculine energy. And, you know, this masculine energy wants to be going out and saving the world, and it's stuck in the kitchen taking care of family matters. It doesn't like it. And so I really wanted to understand, you know, Mars being debilitated this month. Venus is going into Virgo. It's debilitated in Virgo. I really wanted to know what that meant. And so it was really important for me to, you know, put these videos on and really feel the energy. And through that, I listened to all of everybody's interpretations, and then I use my intuition and my feeling about the subject matter, and then I incorporate it out to be these lovely videos. That's why June sucked, is because I was so freaking sick. I couldn't really feel the energy. I mean, I had no connection with energy, so I was a robot in those videos. And so my Mars and Cancer video comes on, and then the very next one is this Vedic astrologer, but it has nothing to do with Mars and Cancer. It has to do with what he's been going through for the last few weeks, and it just so happened he'd been going through some similar experiences. Not the dark energies. He'd been seeing lights. I've been seeing beings or whatever they are. But he's been experiencing, you know, very tired, fatigue, irritability, anxiety. Like, he was just feeling all of these energies and he couldn't quite explain it. And he has a big following, and so he was able to talk to people about this who have been really into this and pursuing this as their life purpose. And he, you know, released a video about it, and he wanted to make everybody aware of what was going on. It got 14,000 hits in an hour of people who were going through it and loved his explanation of it. To me, that just validated everything that I have been waiting to be validated, that this is real, this has really happened to me. It's not me feeling strange energy, or it's not me being crazy. It's me experiencing mass ascension along with all the other light workers and all the healers and all the tarot card readers and you know, all the psychics. I mean, all of us are being talked to by the universe, and we're all being told our calling, and all of us have a different take. All of us have our own spiritual path, and you will be drawn, if you are not one of these light workers that are experiencing that, you'll be drawn to the right light worker that will guide you on your journey through this process. I can't understand it. Honestly, it is very, very metaphysical, and I'm not there yet, but I'm embracing it. And he really sent me this message. I get messages from music, I get messages from people, I get messages from my subconscious by the universe. And so to me, it was such a strong message. There's a reason why that video was the very next video right before I went and did this series. It's a message. So for all of you, and Pisces, I bet you, I know, feel something. There is a mass ascension going on. There is something that is beyond what we can even fully understand at this point. And I want you to know that you're not alone. So I talked at length about that particular subject. So let's talk about what you actually tuned in for, which was your July forecast for Pisces. So on July 1st, we are going to have a full moon in Capricorn. This is a rigid energy for you. This is an energy that I think for you can be somewhat stifling. You know, you want to get lost in energy. You want to feel good. You work a lot on your intuition, and although you understand Capricorn energy, I think you're going to be somewhat like the Cancer, because your Cancer sisters and brothers out there, this is their 7th house. So you're going to be feeling your Scorpios and your Cancers kind of, you know, in this intense mood, and, you know, you're going to want to go seek out others and help them through their process. I don't think this is necessarily going to affect you. I do think that you're going to want to nurture and help people through and talk to them and really be there for them, and that could suck down your energy level. I just want you to make you aware that don't let it take away your energy. Be there for others, but don't let it. This is one of those full moons that's going to show a light for you in an area where I truly believe, I don't think it's all that bad. So full moons bring light to the shadow side. You know, it lights the night. It lights the shadow part of you. And I think you've been truly dealing with this with Neptune and Pisces in retrograde. You're tweaking this already. You're already fine-tuning this. So, but you're going to get messages from others that will put you on path. This isn't going to be, I believe that you'll emotionally feel this if you're connected, if you're a light worker, if you're any of those energies that really connect with energy overall. I think this will be a heavy day, but not in your world, just in the outside world, in others. You'll feel it through social networking. You'll feel it when you talk and communicate with others. On July 8th, your ruling planet is going to be trining Mercury, Mars, and the Sun in home and family and in love and romance. So you might feel like things are heating up and feeling really good at home. You're feeling really nurtured. You're feeling really settled. You know, you don't have a lot of upheavals to really absorb. You're feeling truly, truly good about your direction with these people. I mean, I think you're starting to attract the right people in your life. And then on the 13th, this is a day of balancing. I like to call it yin and yang. Again, I always look at energy, even malefic energy or energy that's intense, as like okay, yeah, that's a bad energy, but there's always something good that comes out of it in the end. So I always look at all energy as good. I know it sounds like, you know, a little up in the air, but that's the way I view energy. So you're gonna feel that you want to reconnect with your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. I think that when Neptune went into retrograde, I think that you had a reality check and then it steered you away from that. But I think you're finally starting to feel like your old self, and I think you're finally starting to feel empowered. So you're going to be starting to look at what routines can you set in your work, in your home environment, or in your mental well-being or physical well-being that's going to support these hopes, dreams, and wishes. Say you want to go on a long trip. Well, what does it take to get there? You know, do you have to get in shape? Is this something that's going to be, you know, where you're outdoor exploring and so you need to get in shape? You're going to be looking at things like that, and, you know, you're going to be researching it out, and you're going to just be full of life. You're kind of going to be in your own little bubble. And if you do this, you're going to find that Jupiter and Venus just help you attract the right type of people to get caught in these routines and get in the right part in your life where you start to really manifest a higher power in your life. Then on the 15th, we have a new moon in Cancer. And for you, that this is going to be in love, romance, how you experience pleasure, how you creatively pursue your life. Now, your ruling planet is going to trine Pluto. And so I think that for the most part, this day is going to be about now that you're in reality, now that you fully understand your relationships. You know, it's so weird. The last few months, I noticed that a Pisces, it just seemed like reality hit them and hit them hard. And it really was dramatic, I think, in some areas. Quite dramatic. And I think you responded well. I think you were realistic about it all. I think you disconnected when you needed to. But I do think that deep down, it struck some chords. So I think you have some stuff to work through with this new moon. How you pursue love, how you pursue your creativity. You're going to base all of it on reality, but you're going to base it on being authentically a Pisces and looking at the best case scenario. You're just going to feel revitalized. This moon for you, I think, is going to feel good. The only thing that I can say about this moon is that if you get really caught up in your emotional baggage, I want to say, then you could get sucked down into that world where you may have something unexpected that may give you a little bit of an identity crisis. But for the most part, I think you've been working really diligently and really hard in pursuing and getting realistic goals now. I don't think that you're going to feel a whole lot of this. But again, you're also picking up energy from other people, which could suck you into that. And, you know, you're really, really, with the sun in Cancer and being a Pisces, you're really in tune with the world right now and its energy. So just be selfish and find a way to stay away from people who are energy vampires at this point. Then on the 22nd, you're going to have another hard energy day. Again, you're going to want to be going out. You're going to want to play. You're going to go have fun. You're not feeling all that terrible. And so you're actually in a great mood because Pisces is going to be trining Pluto and Capricorn. But on that same day, there's like a cardinal cross going on. And so maybe all the people that you have in your life, if you have Libras, if you have Capricorns, Cancers, or Aries in your life, they're bummers because they're going through and revisiting an area of their life that was kind of tough for them back in 2012 to 2014. Well, even in 2015. And so, you know, they may turn out to be a bummer, and it may be like, oh, I just want to go have fun. Why can't anybody have fun with me? It's going to make you kind of get a little self-absorbed about it, push for it. But if you get enough pushback, you're going to be like, okay, never mind. I'll just go have fun by myself. And then on the 23rd, the Sun and Mercury moves into Leo. This is a lighter energy. It's lightening up everything. And I think you're really receptive to energy. So you're going to feel that Mercury when it moves into Leo, and you've got this air and this fire energy. You're just going to feel, it's going to feel lighter. It's going to feel, you know, easy breezy. You know, conversations are going to flow. And even though there's some people are experiencing tough energy, you know, you are not at the brunt of it. Now, Venus moves into Virgo. Venus in Virgo is debilitated. So when Venus gets into Virgo, Virgo energy makes you kind of critically look at your relationships. Again, you are realistic right now. So you have been looking at your relationships, but you also have a lot more leeway than most, your standards anyway. Although your standards are high, you are actually very adaptable to what significance or what role they need to play into your life to elevate your life. And so I do think that you'll be a little bit more critical. I don't think that's a bad thing, thank God, because if your intuition goes up about a particular potential partner, you're going to know, oh, that person was like my ex or the ex before that. And you know what? That's a really great skill to have. I mean, that's why we have karmic relationships come into our life to teach us, you know, about ourselves. Relationships are mirrors of ourselves. If you're in a dysfunctional relationship, then you're a dysfunctional person. If you're in a functioning relationship, you know what, then you're a functioning person. And so it is a mirror to your soul. And I think that for the most part, you know, you guys have been working through a lot of these relationships. That's why they've been weeded out, because you're ascending and maybe those people aren't. And so they were a karmic relationship that came into your life and exited your life for a reason. Then on the 25th, Venus retrogrades in Virgo. Now, this is where I think you start to feel the energy. When a planet goes in retrograde, I think you're sensitive to energy. I think you pick up on that backward. And so it's not going to make you want to move forward in love. It's going to make you look at love a little different, more practical. But again, I think it's more for you about looking at the others in your life and making sure that those fit into the big plan that you're going to have. Because for you, you're looking at your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And you're wanting something to stand out. You're wanting to elevate your life. You're wanting to move forward and have the passion and the love and your heart back into your life that, you know, the last few years took out of you. And you're getting closer. You can feel it. You know you're onto something, but you're just maybe not quite there. So that's when Saturn on this day is going to go in and just tweak those areas and show you the way. If you're smart, you will meditate. You will spend time alone. You will connect with this energy. It will give you some amazing insight. Being the metaphysical and the spiritual person that you are, you can look at this stuff and say, oh, that's the message I'm trying to get. You know what? You're watching this video, it's a message. If you picked me out of all the astrologers, it's a message. Everything is a message. Everything is a conduit for spirit and for spirituality and for angels or for whatever you hold dear as your holy guiding light. You know, all that stuff is going through things to get to you. And so others will be amazing, especially if in people that are close to you, that are personal. Children are a great source. You know, they're such pure lights if they're not too debilitated and life hasn't, you know, really beat them down. They're really beautiful sources of fun. So if you're not having fun with the people in your life because they're going through a bunch of drama, go take off with your kids. Okay, another source of fun. No worries. Then on the 31st, Venus retrogrades back into Leo. Now, I think that this energy is a little bit better to go through in a retrograde. However, it's retrograde is retrograde. So it's fine-tuning. It's tweaking your relationships. What you're passionate about. Relationships with money. Relationships with creative endeavors. It's tweaking everything. And so, but in Leo, I think it's an easier energy. It's not as debilitated. And so it's more about fine-tuning than it is about really hardcore relationship endings and stress and critical behaviors than it was before. Your ruling planet is going to still be trining Capricorn, but it's going to be opposing Leo, which means you're going to scrutinize something close to home. You're going to scrutinize a relationship. You're going to scrutinize money. You're going to scrutinize. But these are things you need to fine tune. Understand that if you're checking into energy, if you're in tune with energy, then you know it's just an area you need to fine tune, and no big deal. Like, it's no big deal. Don't get caught up in, does this mean an ending? Is this terrible? Is this, like this world coming to the end? I see often that Pisces just jump off the bridge and automatically assume our life is terrible. If you're in a bad relationship, if something is shown to you during this retrograde period of Venus, that just means that either you're ascending and they're not, or they were a karmic relationship, your guide, and now you are out there. There's reasons. Have utter faith that there's something bigger going on than either one of us understand. And it's really huge. And I really would love you to tune into that energy moreover than all this outside stuff, because we're talking about ascension here, which is it's the reason why we're on this planet. There's a big ascension going on. You have more important things to worry about than a loss of a relationship if that's what comes up. Because that relationship wasn't going to get you to ascension anyway. Have a wonderful and fabulous July, guys. I look forward to talking to you guys again next